Hi, my name is Ian, and today I'm going to talk about the neutrophil. What is a neutrophil? Neutrophils are a vital component of the immune system, serving as the body's first line of defense against infections. These white blood cells, a type of granulocyte, are produced in the bone marrow and circulate throughout the bloodstream, ready to respond to invaders like bacteria and fungi. With their distinct multilobe nuclei and abundant granules, neutrophils are equipped to rapidly identify and neutralize pathogens. They play a critical role not only in immunology, but also in creating the overall immune response, making them essential for maintaining health and fighting disease. Understanding neutrophils' functions and mechanisms is key to exploring new strategies in the innate immunology and infectious disease. The journey begins with hematopoietic stem cells, which possess the remarkable ability to differentiate into various white blood cells. While inside the bone marrow, a portion of the stem cells can differentiate into neutrophils using the process called granulopoiesis. And then, after being fully differentiated, they enter the bloodstream and circulate for a limited time, usually several hours to few days, ready to respond to any signs of infection or tissue damage. After detecting a pathogen, they swiftly move from the bloodstream into the tissues, where they play a vital role in the immune response. Granulopoiesis is the process through which granulocytes, including neutrophils, are formed through hematopoietic stem cells in the bone marrow. This complex process consists of several distinct stages, each marked by a specific cellular change and mutation. Here's an overview of the stages involved in granulopoiesis. The myeloblast, the promyelocyte, at which it gains special proteins called granules that enhance the cell. The mutations after the promyelocyte are possessed outside the bone marrow. The myelocyte, the metamyelocyte, then the band cell, at which the nuclei finally starts to form a multi-lobed shape. The segmented neutrophil, and finally the neutrophil. Next, we are going to talk about the neutrophil shape and body. Because the neutrophil is always the first one to enter an infection, cut, or area with a disease, it has the ability to stretch and squeeze its body and shape to get past the tightly packed endothelial cells that form the blood vessel wall. Another fact about the neutrophil's body and shape is that unlike most cells, it has multiple nuclei lobes, which are sections of the nuclei that are split into multiple parts. One last fact about the neutrophil is that the neutrophil, instead of floating around inside the blood vessel like red blood cells and other white blood cells, it climbs around using chemicals on its cell surface to help it move around the blood vessel. The next thing we're going to talk about is how the neutrophil enters battles. Neutrophils have special receptors on the cell body called germline encoded receptors that allow the neutrophil to detect pathogens outside the blood vessel wall. After the neutrophil detects a pathogen, it will use an extremely flexible body to squeeze in between the endothelial cells and try to track it down, the pathogen. But a special ability that the neutrophil has is to produce a special enzyme that alerts other white blood cells that pathogens have entered the human body. So as the neutrophil is squeezing through the blood vessel wall and tracking down the pathogen, will always produce that special enzyme to help attract other white blood cells to help it fight the enemies. After the neutrophil enters the battlefield, they can use 3 different ways to trap, stop, or kill the pathogens. The first out of the 3 is called phagocytosis. The neutrophil will wrap itself around the pathogen and digest it using enzymes in its body. The second way is called degranulation. The neutrophil will produce granules that trap and kill the pathogen that get in the way of the neutrophil. The final way the neutrophil kills its enemies is called anucleosis, or neutrophil extracellular traps. This way of killing is usually a last resort. It forces a neutrophil to spit out its nuclei and other inner organs as a net to trap and contain the pathogens. Thank you for watching this video about neutrophils.